wanted to ask you this question. It's one of those little hypothetical questions. What would you rather be if you had a choice? All right, would you rather be a brilliant person that was impotent, right? So you're impotent, but just a genius, or a dope who was a sex machine? This was brought up to me over the weekend. You got to go one way or the other on it.
I would say smart and impotent because I would use my genius to cure my impotency.
No, it isn't a matter of that. You're not even saying that you are, this is not something you can get out of, all right? It's not even saying that you're going to be a doctor or become famous or whatever, but intellectually, you could write books or whatever you need to do. Intellectually, you're brilliant, but then sexually, you're impotent, and you can't get out of that one. Or you're just some dope who really is a sex machine, does well with the ladies, but you're living like a fucking half a moron all your life.
I would still go with smart and impotent.
Where are you on this one, Dave?
Sex machine, all the way.
Even though you'd be stupid and a moron.
Yes, I am already not good at math, and numbers and everything like that, so it wouldn't be too far of a downhill slide for me. But you need sexual gratification, I think, to be a happy human being.
What about for you, Fezzi?
Give me genius and impotent.
Why is that?
I would just
prefer it.
Yeah, it would be easier on me. I would love the genius aspect of it.
But then you're impotent. You got a dick that doesn't work, so how smart are you? Now, my thing is this. I think people write books, invent things, do wonderful things so they can have sex later. So, you know what I'm saying? I say that if there was no sex involved, why would anyone write a fucking novel? But you write a novel so you can meet broads. You invent things so you can meet broads. What other reason would there be?
Everything. You're in a band. You're
right.
the Jeopardy champion.
Right.
You
write songs to impress the other sex.
There's no question about it.
Yeah.
And if they say that they're not doing that, they're lying, quite frankly. And being stupid isn't so bad.
Well, no, that part would be difficult to deal with. That part would be rough just to go through life like, hello, dum-dum. But that's not easy to deal with. For you, like you said, it's not a struggle. But Earl's way of, I'm going to invent a thing. Stop thinking that there's trick answers to this like we're all 8 years old, Earl. This is a morality question. You have to go one way or the other. And I can't see the purpose. I can't see how, like, if I'm out, I just wrote the best novel of all time, right?
Right.
Forget fucking the Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. Forget Ulysses. It's this book I just came up with. And now I'm out. I'm down at the bookstore, and there's this long line of selling books, and people complimenting me. And you know what I'm gonna say to this compliment? I can't get laid. My dick doesn't work. You think this means anything to me? I might end up sticking a pen in my throat.
You would have to learn to live off of those compliments.
I don't think I could do it. I just don't think that would be enough. And I hate to say it. I would like to be like you and Earl and act like, you know what, to be brilliant would be. It's not enough for me.
And the human brain really is actually can be quite a hindrance because if you start...
I don't want to play down the human brain. I'm not going to join you in the moronic field and act like I'm a happy, stupid retard.
I'm not even just saying that. I'm just saying intelligence-wise, you're going to start thinking about all these problems of the world and stuff.
Right.
And it's going to drive you insane.
Do you realize that you're only one chick away from never getting pussy again? That there is only one woman you went out and tried that will sleep with you? So you are so close to having the worst of both. You'll be the dope who's impotent by the time this thing is over. All right, here's our friend Photoshop Mike. Mike,
hey,
how
buddy.
are you?
Hey, listen, you're 100% right about people only wanting to everything for sex. You know, you go to work, you buy a car, it's all for sex.
Right, money is for sex.
It's
There's
true.
no other reason.
But here's the thing now. I'd rather be a genius because what happens when you're 60 or 80? Who wants to be hitting that? I mean, really?
There's a lot of guys 60 and 80 doing well for themselves. Most
Well,
of the-
with other, yeah.
and most of them have a lot of money or are geniuses.
I'd rather be a genius.
Well, here's the thing, Mike.
Yeah.
You spend all your time putting picture of Fez's head on animals or whatever, so you're not going to have to struggle with this.
It's not exactly genius work.
But I don't think, and I really thought this one over. I mean, you guys really came in with your answers pretty quick. But I thought it over because I really wanted to say, and thought I would say genius. I thought I would go, yes.
I thought about the dope part and what Eastside Dave was thinking of. Would the dope just be bliss?
No, there's a lot of dopes that aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of dopes that struggle. They want to be smarter in life. You can see it on their face. That kid that used to be with Tom Cruise's wife.
Oh, Chris Klein.
The kid from Election. You see that he would like to be smarter. And he's a dum-dum, but he's a chick magnet. And right away I thought, Chris Klein. This is what it would be like if Chris Klein had to make this decision.
I think he has.
Keanu Reeves, look at him, Matrix. He's a known, very famous airhead, and
I don't know if he's that much of a dope, though.
Oh, he is. I seen him at the movie award shows and stuff.
Yeah.
He can barely read.
I remember a backstage situation where, let's just say, he went down, hit the plate, if you will. So, since we suffer from some of the same things, to me, he's a good guy, and I don't like calling him a dope. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I just agree with you 110%. You also have these other guys that have completely given up on the ability to have sex, and they end up as like those nerdy guys that just play video games their whole lives with their parents' house.
Right.
And that's what every guy would be if they didn't care about having sex.
Yeah, I mean, when you really look at most guys, you would think that, because we love money, we don't admire Bill Gates because we know even with his money, he repels women. He repels them away from him. And I don't think we want that. I think we want to attract women.
Sure, and it's animalistic, I mean, if women are attracted to guys who bang other chicks, so they're going to keep banging. They're going to want to bang you.
Well, they are also, oddly enough, attracted to geniuses, like Albert Einstein. He would fucking backstage for him. It looked like the Stones. Women would be going crazy. They're pulling their tits out. They love an alpha man of all types. You know what I mean? You can be a Bill Gates type and attract women because women are attracted to what? Passion. They love passion. They love seeing guys being passionate about things. They love a guy who goes shit. But, he's impotent. It's all for fucking naught. It doesn't work out that way.
It'd be torturous, really. I mean, the more you think about it.
Yeah.
Torture genius.
How about look at these other two? How quickly they jumped on the fact that they'd give up their dick working, like it was nothing.
Earl is
I'd love to be a genius.
Earl's was the least shocking of all time.
Yeah.
That choosing, sterilization or whatever.
That's not sterilization.
He just doesn't want it.
You shocked me, Earl.
No, it's just I don't want to go through life being an idiot.
Yeah, I understand. That's a tough way to go through life.
You're just such
but
an
you're
easy
getting
mark.
Pounded. Boom, 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 one after another. You're a sex machine, like a porn actor. You could be.
You could be completely taken advantage of also in a lot of ways. As far as, you could have pounded a chick and then a year later, oh, this is your kid and you're not smart enough to fake. You know what?
Whatever.
I want a DNA
It doesn't
test.
matter. You're still sex machine.
Right. You're still going to have more
It's never
pussy.
going to go away.
And no matter what happens, you're kicked out of your house, you got more pussy. I don't know how you're having a bad day if you're laying a different chick every day. And I'm being 100% honest about it.
True. And you can't, people, if they try and make fun of you and call you dummy, you're going to say, fine, I am a dummy, but remember my other name is also Sex Machine.
Right.
And I don't care if you think I'm a dummy. I'm banging like Jim Morrison.
And you're stealing their chicks.
Jim Morrison.
I think he banged a lot of broads.
I thought he got too drunk. I thought he was the original impotent guy. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you, buddy?
Hey, yeah, I was going to say, Earl's answer surprised me. I would have pegged him for wanting to be impotent. See you.
It's not impotent, it's impotent. You dummy. Gary, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Fellas, good day.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I want to be a genius. because I'll come up with something to make my dick hard.
No, you can't. That's the point.
It won't
The
happen.
point is that's not going to happen. Earl tried to pull that junior high school trick. This is about making a decision between two ways of living your life. One way, and remember, you're intellectually stimulated. Maybe you read things and you can understand it. You can get that joy out of life of really being able to read Shakespeare and getting it and being able to appreciate it. Not like us when we hear Shakespeare and we're like, what? You're fucking getting all the finer things in life. You're intellectually stimulated.
See, I just don't think you need that to be happy. I mean, that sounds more like a snob who needs to have Shakespeare and fine art. Give me TV.
No, I'm not saying be a snob. I'm saying you actually get this shit. You're not going out of your way to acting like, but on an intellectual level, you're able to enjoy those things.
But what I'm saying is that really isn't important. I can, if I'm an idiot, I can just still watch TV and play Nintendo.
All right, let's suppose if you could be a genius and a sex machine, you wouldn't want that.
Probably not, because
All right,
it's
then
too
you're
much
more of a moron. I don't want you on my side. I want you to somehow
He's yours.
be on a different side than me.
I mean, it's too much responsibility to be a quote-unquote genius, Ronnie.
but
You can be...
Get away. Do not sit here and take the place into a dope. This is an interesting conversation.
No, okay.
If you're not a fucking moron and a dope with it, Dave, and that's the problem right now.
On one side, you're getting all the mental stimulus that you could ever desire,
Right.
but no physical, and then vice versa.
All right, Eric, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Great question. I just was wondering, if you're the brilliant guy, have you ever been laid before, or are you a virgin?
Fez's case, virgin. Earl, what, 2? We're now 3 with this girl from Philly.
I believe I'm hitting that whole high 4 mark.
Whoa! So, no, you've given it up. I'm not taking that away from you.
Right, that's all I was wondering.
You're
Good
impotent for now on. Why? Does that change things for you?
If you know what you're missing.
Well, it's another variable.
Yeah. All right, see you later. Now, somebody actually emailed me. I can't remember what I did with the email, this little thing, and I struggled with it for a while. You guys came up with it very, very quickly. Fez and Earl are ready to throw their dick away like there's no tomorrow. And Dave is as dumb as the day is long. Dave is that dumb.
No, I was just saying,
his dumbness goes on like train smoke. It's just fucking longer than you can imagine.
I saw his dumbness coming around the bend.
I just meant that you could be happy like me, a person who is, I would say, above average intelligence-wise.
No, you're really not.
But not...
Yeah, you're really not. And as a matter of fact, I hear from redheaded people all the time that are so upset the way you talk. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, yeah. This whole scenario has been played out before in Boogie Nights. And Dirk Diggler, at the end of the movie, he's a disaster. So...
All right, hold on. Well, it wasn't this scenario. But Dirk Diggler was like a dope who got a lot of pussy. But it wasn't the pussy that got him in trouble. It was, the cocaine.
Yeah.
No, that staying too long on the cocaine mountain. That's a whole different thing. But Dirk Diggler would be the way that you would be. He's somewhat of a dope. Now, he's not going through life retarded wearing a hunting cap, but you're stupid. You're just a dumb guy. What was that name you gave earlier, Fez?
Oh.
That actor's name?
Yeah, it was, no, I completely forgot it.
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
Thank you very much. And you're at the point where you're like a Chris Klein, a Dirk Diggler. You're going to do well for yourself with the chicks. That's a gimme.
Yeah, that's totally
And you're going to be
cool.
able to lay the pipe. You're going to have skills there. The word's going to get out around.
Dirk Diggler had a Corvette. He had a wonderful mansion. I don't see why anyone wouldn't want to be Dirk Diggler.
But you don't understand the fact at all. See, your problem is this. You don't understand what it's like to have a thought that you can, and I'm being very serious about that. The fact that you'd be willing to throw away intellectual pursuits like they're a problem goes to show just how dumb you are. And don't take us away from the essential part of what this debate is
No,
about.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. It would be difficult because while you were talking about that, I realized I wouldn't be able to write my poetry or my short stories
your
ever
poetry
again.
would just be the way you write it now. It would be that stupid, as bad as your short stories.
So that would be the one thing unchanged in the scenario.
Yeah, for him, no, he would be the dope, except for he doesn't get women.
Say he's the one person that hasn't realized that Dirk Diggler was a dope.
Here is Kent, you're on Fez.
Marabone brothers.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the sex machine because ignorance is bliss, as the old saying goes. And,
See, I don't know. I think that dopes would like to be smarter. I think that dopes would love to be able to get some things.
And I think dopes know that people are calling them dopes.
Right. They're not retards. They're
Right.
not in some ignorant, retarded world where they don't know right from wrong. They're just dopey. They're just stupid. They're what I call Dave-like at this point. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Running Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, my sister got all the brains, but I can fuck like a jackrabbit.
You're fucking your sister?
Could not be happier.
All right. Well, that'll teach her a lesson then.
Their children, his son and nephew, will be combining both worlds.
Rob, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, what up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
So let me understand this. So if you're saying impotence, that doesn't mean you still can't get with a chick. Because there's a difference between that and abstinence, which basically
Right.
means you're not going to get anywhere near
Yeah,
it.
you're going to rub your limp dick on her all you want there, Brainiac. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, but you can still get with her.
Yes. You want to
still
spend
could,
your life going down on women and having her bang you in the ass with a dildo? You go ahead. You're on your way,
Well, that might
Einstein. But I'm going to be in a different direction. That's not going to be satisfying to me.
As a genius, you'll realize that that's a waste of time.
I don't even think your IQ has to be that high. Brian, you're on Run of Fez.
Stephen Hawking would give up would get a lobotomy just for a little tug. I guarantee it.
I got to agree with you. I think he would give it up in a heartbeat to sit there and watch cartoons with Eastside Dave with a hard dick. I think Stephen Hawking would make the leap.
Didn't you used to be Stephen Hawking?
I honestly believe this. I don't think that men, if you took out the impressing chicks and bringing chicks closer to you by your accomplishments, I don't think men would even play sports. I don't think they would pursue anything. I mean, guys join the army to impress chicks. Guys become ball players to impress chicks. And then, of course, guys write poems to impress chicks. Guys cook food to impress chicks. Everything we do is to try to get with women. I don't think there's any other reason.
Wouldn't just the natural creativity take over in the genius? Where they have to do something like write a book or...
But why would you want to? I think you would have creative thoughts and then say to yourself, what's the fucking use of taking up the time to writing that down? What would it mean to you at the end of the day? If it didn't mean chicks weren't going to want to get with you. I can't imagine another reason.
Chicks are probably the most powerful force in the world.
Not
when you
all
think
of them.
about it. Well, because
you could even center that down even smaller. To a magical little slit.
Because
yes, they are.
Think about it like this. Bill Clinton, a highly intelligent man, Rhodes Scholar and everything like that, almost threw his whole political career because of a chick.
Tried to throw his whole career away for a fat chick, or even earlier, a hatchet face out in Arkansas. I mean, you didn't even not to have to be a hot chick for this guy being willing to throw everything away.
It just shows you the power of the force
Yeah.
of broads, really.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Do you know who doesn't cheat on their chicks?
Who?
Guys that don't get the opportunity. Guys that don't get the opportunity don't cheat on their chicks. Guys that do. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Eastside got the opportunity and still couldn't.
But, I mean, if you take a guy, I've been happily married for 35 years. You put him in Frank Sinatra's fucking position, and he's banging 2 chicks by fucking midnight. That's just guaranteed. That's not that I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying this is the way of the world. Here is Dennis from Alabama. Dennis, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy. Dennis.
Hey, yeah. What if you're a sex machine? You're going around fucking all these girls all the time. Now you got a bunch of illegitimate kids, and you can't figure out a way to pay child support. Then you get arrested for not paying child support. Now you're a sex machine in prison, and who wants that?
So they're going out of their way to act like sex is no good, he's saying. Because you're going to bang so much, he says, that you can't pull out. There's a lot of dopes that are comfortable. And believe me, I would love to be a genius. But if you take sex out of it, why even bother? Why even do it? That's my point.
If you're a sex machine, you'll figure out some way to be successful because sex machines usually are successful. Look at Evander Holyfield. Sex machine, illegitimate kids, highly successful. And dope.
But can I just bring this up? No matter what we're talking about, I notice that you use Evander Holyfield as an example. This is about the 8th or 9th time that you go, take Holyfield. Evander Holyfield.
He's a big name in the sporting world.
Yeah. Here's Rico. Rico, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy.
Hey, buddies, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, I would be the genius and take Viagra.
Not going to work for you, my friend. It just won't work. In this scenario, you got to give up the D action. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with genius.
Why is that?
Well, see, as a quick example, I got a friend of mine who's a brilliant composer. He's impotent, but he creates some of the greatest music out there, and it's all underground stuff. But he takes a lot of pleasure in life just from creating music, and he's not even bothered with the thought of sex. He doesn't have to focus his life on chasing that next piece of ass. All he has to do is put himself into his work and into his creation, and he comes up with some brilliant stuff. So, if you're not bothered by that, if it's not something that you're even interested in anymore, then how's it going to affect you? You can start focusing on making your life a little better and try to come up with some interesting things.
I cannot imagine giving in. I can't imagine. It's just beyond what my fucking pinhead can come up with right now.
And his friend's probably lying to him. I mean, let's be honest. Is his friend
friend's
gonna tell him?
gay. And he's going, I'm impotent, so he doesn't know that the guy is out doing whatever.
Who tells their friend they're impotent
I
anyway?
know. That ain't
whole
gonna fucking
story
happen.
was totally wrong.
Yeah.
And I wrote a song about it.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. It's like telling your friend you shit yourself all the time and you're wearing diapers. You're going to keep that one under the lock and key.
That's for sure.
I don't understand. I don't understand this stuff. I mean, and I don't know. He's calling from Oklahoma. He says his friend is a brilliant composer. I'm not betting on the fact that if you're a brilliant composer, you're going to be living in Oklahoma.
In the world famous Oklahoma underground.
I know. What's the underground?
The underground of Oklahoma?
Yeah.
It's flat. There's no such thing.
Well, what's the underground scene for classical music people anyway? I don't know if that's all that.
The hidden classics.
Yeah. Jim, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, you definitely have to choose the intellectual superiority.
Go ahead.
Because there are a lot of people that don't get off on regular sex, that aren't into vanilla sex. They're into sadism, masochism, BDSM, things like that. Don't require traditional sexual contact.
Yeah, but it all comes back to their D, right?
Not necessarily.
I mean, you still want to come at the end of it, right?
Not necessarily. You might get off on tying women up or doing things like that. That has nothing to do with having sexual contact with her. You might just get off on the satisfaction of it, the pure sadism, the artistic value of it.
So your thing is you can be really smart and beat women up. That's your way of beating this
game.
game.
Yeah, it's
Genius.
a lot of fun.
All right, see you later. I don't know if I even think that a lot of geniuses need the whole leather and rubber boot act anyway. I never really thought of that as the top of the line.
I don't think the getting off part would work anyway. I don't think anything. If you had the impotent part of the scenario, I don't think tying anyone up is going. Even if that was your fetish before you were impotent,
right?
I don't think it's going to work for you anymore. You're not going to get the
pleasure.
Yeah.
Because you're agreeing with me that you still want to end with some kind of fireworks. Yeah, I was going to say jizz. I was trying to find another way around it before you yelled jizz at me.
Yeah, the end all would be the physical climax, not a mental one.
Because mental doesn't matter. That's where I'm getting. If you came up with the rocket to the moon, you still want to get laid for that. The only reason why you're doing that is so you're at the Ramada Inn bar with the other weirdos, and you're saying to some fat broad, you ever see that rocket that went to the moon?
Yes.
Here's the pages for it. I wrote it in this notebook. That's why you do things.
Oh, baby.
To meet chicks. That's why you make money. It's why you do everything.
Just look at all the sex scandals through the history of time with very powerful, intelligent men.
Evander Holyfield. Which one?
I was thinking more like, a JFK, a Clinton. I mean, these are extremely intelligent people.
Right.
They can't not give in to the force.
Right.
See? So that's why I'm in the right and Earl's in the wrong.
It's not a matter of right or wrong. We're just trying to say, here's why I would do. We're at a 2-2 place here. You know who we need is Bronx Johnny. Johnny, come on in here. From the BX, Fezzi. He's going to understand. He is going to know one way or another.
Bronx Johnny, one of our number one interns.
One of? Fezzi, this guy leads the pack. If we had an intern parade all time, you're looking at the drum major right here. Now, Johnny's wearing 2 guns on his shirt, looking like $1 million. Johnny, you heard what we were talking about, right?
Yeah, boss.
Genius and impotent, dumb, satisfied sex machine. Where do you go?
Genius, impotent.
Whoa!
Wow, that's a shocker.
Holy shit.
I was not expecting that, Bronx Johnny.
And, if you're a genius, you're going to figure a way to get some kind of ass.
Nope, you don't
not
get
at all.
It ain't going to happen.
Damn.
I want to...
You Bronx dope.
For the sense of this argument, there's no way around it. You don't get both. You get one or the other. And there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer.
So be a fucking genius or be a fucking idiot and get no ass. I'll take genius.
Yeah.
Wow.
What would you do with your genius skills?
Probably
Come
like...
up what way? We're bringing electricity to the Bronx?
I'd probably try to find a way to feed all the kids in the world or something like that.
That's really nice of you. So you're sacrificing your dick for the betterment of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, genius doesn't mean that kind of problem solver. You could be a genius in whatever the field happens to be. Like the guy was saying, you're a composer. You can be a genius with music, literature. It doesn't mean I'm going to be some genius who figures out how to, solve the gas crisis. Because a lot of geniuses haven't come up with that.
You could just be a genius in the kitchen, Bronx Johnny.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
You could choose what thing you could be a genius in, right? For this hypothesis?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be some genius who solves all these problems. It's not like you're John Travolta when he saw that shooting star and started coming up with all that shit.
Phenomenon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Phenomenon.
Because I was just thinking, it would be kind of cool to be like a game show genius.
Yeah. Why don't you pick that? I want you with a limp dick because I don't want to see Eastside Jr. I'm seriously worried about it.
I'm not switching teams. I made up my bed.
And the other thing is, just talking with you, I don't see how West Side could actually lay on her back and say, "Take me, Dave." That is amazing to me. Does she have to be drunk to have sex with you?
It sure helps a lot. That's all I'll comment on that one. Hey,
I'd actually have to have interns come in and take me under. I would actually have to go under like it was an operation if I was her.
The lethal injection gurney.
I give it to her good, hard and fast.
Oh, God. Not fast enough, I'm sure. Where are you running off to? The fact that him having sex makes you sick?
No, but just the whole fact that someone's actually willing to give it to him.
And he takes it hard and fast. He doesn't even like foreplay. For him, it's like a rape. Every time, it's basically a rape. Every time he's with a... How many women have you been with? I want you to be honest with me.
Oh, boy. Since 6, probably. Around 4, 5, or 6. Between 4 and 6. Seriously.
That'd be 5.
It's not a huge number where you don't know 4 from 6. It should be able to take you seconds to come up with that number. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I just wanted to correct you on something you said earlier. You said guys write poetry to impress other chicks. I think guys write poetry to impress other guys. Why don't you just ask the editor of the Avatar over there?
That's the Arister, sir. The Arister.
The Avatar.
Well, you didn't have any chicks in your...
No,
in your
it was
story.
Christian
So
Brothers was all male.
You wrote that to impress other guys.
I don't look at it like that, Mr. B.
How do you look at it?
And a couple monks.
Well, it's a literary magazine. I mean, you can bring it home. You can put it on your coffee table.
But when you were writing your poems and your short stories, were you thinking to yourself, when the women read this, they're going to fucking love it, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that. You
Yeah.
know, somehow, if a copy could get to the high school next to us, RBC,
Right.
which had lots of chicks in it.
And I honestly believe that. But does everybody at least agree with me on that? That every man will do something, other than gay men who are probably trying to attract other men, but you're doing it to make yourself look better to the opposite sex.
Even subconsciously, yes. I mean, some people might not think that they're doing it, but subconsciously, you know, you're a great athlete or something because that's what you want to do.
Here is Dave. You're on Run and Fez.
Okay, the question is, if you're a genius, can you still work one off?
No, you were impotent.
You can't even do that.
No.
There'll be no firmness there whatsoever.
Bob, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, fellas, I'm a pilot in the Air Force. We always say I'd give my left nut to fly the 22,
Right.
give my left nut to fly the A-10 into Iraq. But I bet if you came back with, would you give your whole cock to fly the F-22 into Iraq, I guarantee 100% of the time the answer would be no.
Right. And again, even this guy, he's flying jets. You fly jets to impress chicks.
To get chicks.
Yeah.
To get chicks.
Yeah.
That's the entire reason I signed up, is because the fucking uniform, and because, I mean, granted, there's a thrill in it, and it's better than sex, but holy shit, it's to get chicks, and you guarantee that's my first line at the bar every single time I go.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thanks, Iceman.
I think it's why people make movies. It's why people do sports, anything in life. And when you break it down, when you go, I just work at a regular job, you get money to get women. It's the only reason. There's no other reason in the world.
You think like a guy outside on 57th, a hot dog vendor, is doing that just to get chicks?
To get money, and the only reason to get money is to get chicks.
Yeah, okay.
That's why they invented money.
Mhm.
Because guys would just go up and go, all right, if I put this front porch on your house, how do I get a chick to blow me for that? What do I have to do? So we came up with money so that the guys wouldn't keep grabbing each other's women.
That
That's
makes
simple.
sense.
Paper. And that paper, instead of Washington and all the presidents, it should just have chicks and ass and pussy and tits on it, and that would be honest. So if you're getting $1,000 bill, it's just like gorgeous pussy. If you get one, it's like a picture of a crackhead. And it takes so many crackheads to get yourself up to a Sports Illustrated model. It's that simple.
I got about 7 crackheads in my wallet right now.
Here is Mark. You're on Run and Fez.
You know, I don't ever get laid anyway. Might as well be a genius.
That's the Earl Douglas.
Yeah, that's where Earl's going with that one. Earl, you gave up your dick faster than any man I ever saw in my life. You're basically saying, get rid of my dick, put a little tiny piss tube there. Just put a piss tube where my dick used to be. Because that's all it's going to be for you now.
I didn't think about it that way.
It's a tiny piss tube from that point on.
Close to the urinal.
It's a drain. And you gave it away. All for, what did you want to do with your genius? I forgot.
Well, I initially wanted to cure
Sickle cell again?
No, I wanted to cure my drain, but I can't do that.
No, you can't.
To bring Muni back.
No genius can bring back the dead. Roy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy doesn't have to be drunk to let Eastside fuck her, but she does make him wear a chef's hat and an apron.
Wendy?
Wendy, what went wrong? Have you ever put on the chef hat and
No.
an apron? Because when
I
Eastside
don't do
broke
that.
up with his chick, when he went on his pussyless walkabout, where he got no women at all, she did okay for herself. She banged a chef. I brought it up to her. She cried like an infant.
Yeah.
She went with dope.
Yeah, we're trying to forget about that one, that little episode.
Yeah, but to get back to this, do you keep bringing it up to her?
Occasionally, I just make reassurances. So I have nothing bad happen. Again, one last time, I was just concerned about the intercourse. I don't really care what anyone does, but if you had the intercourse, it spoils
You don't care
it.
that she's sucking on a D,
I actually don't. It's
licking balls. That don't bother you.
Nah, it's just more.
What if she's tossing a salad? She's in there
mean,
eating ass.
That's a little.
With the other guy being
So
a
then don't say you don't care.
Well, I didn't think about that. I'm the dope, remember?
with the other guy being a chef, it's got to come up at every meal. Dinner served.
Yeah, she still work with him?
That's a great question. No, he split a couple months ago.
Right.
But he was and the other issue was just that he was older. He was like 36 or something like that. So he's like almost 10 years older than me. Yeah.
Here is James, German and Fez.
Guys, if it wasn't for pussy, we would all still be living in caves throwing shitballs at each other.
That you know what, James? You ring the cowbell because I got to give him something for call of the day. That was my point, but you put it better than I could have. What do we got to send James, Earl? What do we got for him?
We have a box set collection, DVD box set collection of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Perfect. That would be the perfect thing for him.
Where they're throwing shitballs at each other.
But that is exactly my point. If there was no women, there would be no reason to do a damn thing. You wouldn't get up in the morning. Now, I'm sure, like you say, in jail, guys have gay sex. You see a lot being accomplished in jail.
No.
I don't see them coming up with a lot of great ideas, building things.
License plates.
Yes.
Just working out.
Monotonous work. And really, all they talk about is getting out and getting chicks. And even when they're banging young guys, they're pretending it's a chick. They make the guy put lipstick on his ass lips.
Not to get off topic, but I always wondered how a guy is banging other dudes in jail and doesn't then stay homosexual.
You think
on
it's
the
that good?
On the
you
outside.
think it's that wonderful?
The alluring smell.
Yeah. All right, let me put it this way. If you were fucking living on an island, right?
Right.
Nothing to eat but dog. You would what? You'd be eating dog, right?
Yeah, they'd have to eat the dog.
Then you come back here to Manhattan. You're walking down the street. You're going to be bitching up a storm and there's no dog restaurants? Are you glad you're not eating any dog?
I see your point now.
Thank you.
You have a way of explaining things.
Well, I have to with you. I have to fucking stop the car and explain to you constantly.
I'm sorry, Westside, but I've been in prison too long. You don't do it for me anymore, gal.
Right now, next time you're banging Westside, see if she doesn't have the Food Network on in the corner. It's just up looking at those guys. Here is Sean. Sean, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing there, pal?
What's going on, Ron and Fez?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, 90% of the guys who are in prison right now was trying to get money or doing something just to impress a woman, just to,
right?
Just to get ass. So that's what I just wanted to tell you guys. So
very, very good
right.
point. Normally, it comes back to money. Why do you want money and power? Pussy. They taught us this in Scarface. All the answers to the world's problems are in Scarface. If you would just watch the damn thing, if you would understand, he did everything he could do to get Michelle Pfeiffer. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. We got to take a break here, Earl. We come back. Earl will be explaining why we're sending out Planet of the Apes films to people. Every Planet of the Apes film?
Yeah, it's the DVD collection, the Planet of the Apes, the Ultimate Collection, which is now out on DVD.
Including the Tim Burton?
No, not the Tim Burton. All of the the Charlton Heston era.
The original 5?
Yeah.
I would pay less if the Tim Burton one was thrown in.
I didn't like the Tim Burton one.
Awful. I call it the Godfather 3 of ape movies. We'll be right back.